You're live. Good. That comes in handy. Yep. Greetings once to my channel. And today, like I said, today's stream is all about another one of my groups. Okay, and this one is called Tools for Ghost and Spirit Communication. Okay, well, there are so many types of communication, and that depending on if you're talking about physical communication or spiritual communication, well, today is going to be about physical communication. In other words, relying on electronic gadgets to do, most of the work. And that now, I'm pretty sure all of you've heard of EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, or voices of the dead. Okay, because I got a few of those myself, and I really love listening to them. But when you come to think of it, sure, it's fun to listen to them, but how much effort did it take for that spirit person to make that imprint on an electronic device? Okay, because you see, the way we talk through the voice box, the way they talk is through just straight energy, and they will see after they leave the physical and they go into the spirit, and that they have to relearn how to communicate because it's a whole different ball game. Okay, see, on the earth plane, and then we get a physical voice box, but when you leave the physical, you lose that. So naturally, the energy, so you got to learn how to manipulate the energy in a way that can be used in an electronic device or to make a sound, depending on pitch of the vibration. And then, like, how when you go into a haunted location, okay, and you hear whispers, you hear, it sounds like a woman screaming, it sounds like a or a like almost like a squealing noise. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that the spirit person is screaming. It just means that that's the pitch in which they learn how to communicate. Okay, and the higher the pitch or lower the pitch, and that changes the sound, and normally they go for a higher pitch, and so that it's to my understanding, it's more audible to the ear. I think, but a lot of these sounds, a lot of these pitches are at a certain level where the human ear can't hear it, but our electronic devices can. And so whether it's through a Frank's box, a spirit box, the EVP recorder, night vision camera, whatever kind of electronic device you have that does sound recording, and those are the devices they kind of rely on, and you see, they have to, through enough effort, to develop enough energy to communicate, but see, because they don't understand what these devices are, okay, they rely on the energy, the pitch that they're working at, that they're used to. So it depends on what device you have, okay, is to what sounds you can record. And because that's why on a night vision camera, you might get something, but an EVP, you might not. Okay, it depends on the frequency, the pitch of the vibration of the person, the spirit person that they developed up to. Because, like I said, they have to learn how to manipulate the energy, but for but for people that can hear them audiently, and sometimes it's not even a full voice. It can be a whisper. Okay. Well, that's how much energy they can build up in order to communicate. Okay. If they can build up enough energy, it can sound like a voice. If not, it's a whisper. At least that's what I've experienced. And sometimes some people can actually hear a whisper, but it's not legible. Like it just sounds like, you know, like you can hear whispering, but you can't make out any words. Okay. Well, that's because one spirit person is talking to another spirit person, and we're only getting part of the energy of that sound. We're not getting the full brunt. See, normally if we can hear our name, for instance, in a whisper, okay, that means that they develop enough energy, and so they can say, like the recording that I have in my EVP, where the spirit person goes, Ryan. Okay, well, that person developed just enough energy to spell out my name, but in a whisper form. And so that's the amount of energy that they were able to generate. And I thought that was exciting. Like I didn't want Ryan. Like to me it did. But I do have one recording of an older man saying some not so nice of words. So I'm not going to repeat it in video. But he said something to me, and this guy had a lot of energy in him because he had a lot of hostility. Awesome EVP, awesome recording. And because this guy was angry, okay? But like I said, depends on what device you're using as to what kind of response you get from the spirit people or spirit person. And of course, there's other devices too that in a way, it is spirit communication, but it's more of a spirit acknowledgement, saying, okay, we're here. Like the, what we call it, the EMF detector, all these little flash devices like that our team have. They call them flashy bulbs or flashy balls. And well, see, they depend on energy manipulation in order to trigger a signal to acknowledge that spirit person is nearby. Okay, most of these tools that are more for spirit acknowledgement. In other words, you ask the spirit person, if you're around, please make this ball thing light up, or make this EMF light up. And sometimes they'll respond by making the EMF meter go all the way to red, which means their energy is really strong and they're really nearby. Well, these flashy balls, and they get close enough, lights up, and which I find exciting too. But like I said, it depends on the item that you're using as to what the spirit person can do. And sometimes with these devices, you can actually ask, yes and no questions, or true and false questions. Okay, it can be multiple choice, and light the meter up for yes, don't light it up for no, or light it up for true, don't light it up for false. That kind of idea, and even that's good for communication, and But to actually get a device that you could actually hear a voice through it, and like an Ovilus device, I think it's called, and I've heard of all kinds of really fascinating devices that are on the market now, and some of them actually give, instead of just one word, okay, it actually gives a partial sentence sometimes. It's using that you can get more information about the spirit person, which I think is really, really exciting. But the but the one thing that I would recommend, okay, is I mentioned this in previous videos, I think, and that is when you're speaking to the spirit person, okay, don't say, oh, I demand you to talk, or if you're real, you'll say something. Okay, if someone was to say the same thing to you, you'd be offended, right? Or you'd be pretty ticked off. How do you think the spirit person feels? Okay, so you know how you talk to a teammate. You show respect, and you show intrigue, curiosity, what have you. Use the same method to a spirit person. Showing respect to them. Show them, like saying, I'm here out of respect for you, and that I'm not here to invade. I'm just curious about yourself. I'm curious about the building, and this. Just basically, if you could build up a friendship with them, that's even better. But if you can't, just be respectful to these spirit people, and like different teammates have actually said, and I'm fine with that. And that's when they say, "Okay, spirit, can you say your name, or can you do this or do that?" I'm fine with that, because even there you're showing them respect, and usually, if you show a spirit person respect, and you ask a respectful question, there's a very good chance you're going to get a response. What that response is up to the spirit person, but at least you'll get something. Or even just your EMF meter lighting up. If you say to him, I'm here out of the utmost respect for you and your memory. Are you here all the time, or are you here just once in a while? If you're here all the time, please light up. But if you're here just once in a while, don't light at all. And when they do acknowledge, as I would put it, once they've acknowledged, say thank you and bless you. At least that way you're thanking them for their effort and for their possible friendship. Because don't forget, once you've got an interaction with them, there's a good chance that they'll want to communicate more because they trust you, because you're showing them respect, and chances are that once you leave and you come back at a later time, I'm sure they'll remember you, and you can even say, okay, my name is Brian. Can I have your name, please? If you have one of those a Frank's box or a voice recorder or what have you, and record response, who knows? You might get a response back, and them giving you their name. And then once you get their name, you can say, okay, my name is Brian, for example, hello, Joseph, I'm Brian, I'm very happy to make communication with you, if you're happy to speak with me, please let me know, and just the simple stuff, just to build up the trust, that's one of the beautiful things about some tools of communication is you can actually build up friendships, but like I said, it depends what kind of devices you use, because some of these devices, they're great for communication, but others are more for acknowledgement that they're around. Now, if you set up all your equipment and you ask all kinds of questions, and you do get an acknowledgement, but they don't want to talk, okay, you got to respect that and go to a different area. And I know it could be frustrating because it takes a lot of time, but think of what they say, what they think, what they feel. Okay, but the chances are you're going to get something, and of course, if you get multiple people around, okay, well, you might get conflicting information, especially if you have, say, a group of people around. and yet you get different answers coming through, different names and whatever. To me, that is a gold mine of communication. You know, it can be confusing, sure, but it's exciting at the same time because you actually got communication from more than one spirit person. To me, that is, you know, the absolute crown jewel of spirit communication is when you get communication with more than one spirit person, and that regardless of age, and that. And the one thing I love to hear is reactions from children. That, to me, that's priceless. And that, but anyhow, like I said, this live stream is basically based on um, tools for ghost and spirit communication, and that. And now, also too, I just remembered it also depends too on the type of energy that's around you as to what kind of reaction you get. Okay, um, if there's a lot of energy there, but you get little or no response, the chances are it might not be an intelligent haunting. It might be a residual. Okay, it might be a tape replay of an event from the past, and that. So chances are you might get some sound, but if you ask something, you don't get a response. Chances are it's a residual haunt. Okay, it's a tape replay, so to speak. Okay, there really isn't any spirit people around. It's just the residual, the remnants of a haunting, just memory left. You know what I mean? But if you've got an intelligent haunting and you've got actual spirit people around you, that's even better. And that it doesn't mean you're going to get an instant response, but at least you'll get something. And that, so that's something just to keep in mind. So anyway, if you want to check out my group on Facebook, it's called, like I said, Tools for Ghost and Spirit Communication, and that. And the team I'm part of, SWYPT, we have all kinds of tools, and plus we have the mediums in group. We have Derek Green, we have Nikki Stone Medium, myself, Joe, Shell, and then she's very gifted. Jordan. We have Wanda, Ellen, and Tony from White Rose. And then we got, and we got Janine, we got Anne, and then we got a whole slew of people that are very gifted. And that, but, and then, and just to let you know that Nikki Stone Medium and myself were both empath mediums, and that, and and that. But anyhow, like I said, those are the group. See, I'm part of SWYPT. I'm part of Derek Green Psychic Medium, and part of White Rose Paranormal Investigations. And that, and I'll leave a link to those groups in the description below, along with the group that this video is representing, that tool for communication, spirit communication. Okay, I'll leave a link for that as well. Okay, so anyway, people, I see there's no one in the chat, which is fine. You know, people are busy and that, so they can watch this video. You know, even after I've finished, I'll post it in. I'll also post this in the group that's being represented. Share it out. So for those who do eventually see this video, thank you. And that, please subscribe. Please hit the notification. Hit the bell icon. So every time I go live, you'll get a notification on it. Okay. And if you can think of any topics that I haven't been able to touch upon yet, if you got any suggestions for a topic, please leave in the comments below, and I'll do my best to put it, you know, into a live stream. Okay, and if you liked this stream, hit the thumbs up, but let me know what you liked about it. Okay, it helps. But if you didn't like this stream for whatever reason, and that hit the thumbs down, but please let me know why. That way, if there's an area where I can improve or do better, I'll do my very best. Okay, so once again, thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I really love doing this. And I notice it is a little bit dark behind me. I got to break up something to do, like, get better lighting. And I haven't thought anything yet, but I'll see if I can break up something. So, anyway, people, thanks so much. Take care of yourself. And I hope in a day or two I'll put up another video or another stream. What the topic is, I haven't got a clue yet. So, anyway, as I always say at the end of every stream, thanks so much. And love and light.